Hey everybody, it's Ryan. I am here at the shed at Rockville. Now, a lot of people have been asking me lately if we've gotten the windshield changed out of the 82 yet. And I must say, no, we do not. Travis and I have been talking about cleaning the old windshield off, getting all the glass out. Unfortunately, we can't change the glass out until it is 50 degrees average temperature because it has to be at least that so that the epoxy that they use to hold the window in place with can set up. It has been nowhere close to that as an average over the last couple of weeks, actually ever since it happened. So we've just kind of letting it sit and just kind of waiting around for it to change. Now, we took the GPS off of the 46 and we put it into the Gator. Andrew came down yesterday and he brought the RTK Globe with the modem, which you'll see right here. What the modem does, it actually takes the signal from the local cell towers and it uses that to get a more accurate fix on where you are, giving you that RTK accuracy. So we mounted the monitor in here. What we're going to be using the Gator for is to be running borders for the planter, and just so we have all of our boundaries and stuff, we got to go through and outline all of the waterways and whatnot. My place has to be done yet because we are doubling up those strips. I think Travis took this down and did like 2 strips at his place last night. We also have to do the boundaries on another farm that we picked up this year, which is another 50 acres total. So we got to do that once it dries up. Travis said it was still pretty wet when he tried it last night. So with that, another issue that we gotta fix this year is on my grain cart. So last fall, you may have seen a shot where, actually I think it was in one of my more recent videos, right before the bin video. The auger on my grain cart, it has a hole in it. Let me pull out my light. So, if you look up, here's the auger on my grain cart. Everything's fine and dandy until you look on the lower side. We have a bit of tape put on it just to try to, I think that was kind of like a last resort, trying to hold the corn in just so we could get it done because it happened towards the end. And we didn't really want to take the time out to stop and fix it. But what we think we're going to do this summer is we're going to go up to the welding shop and have them make a piece of bent steel and slide it down. Now if you look down, there is a little crack between the auger and the tube for the auger, and we're gonna have them machine a piece of metal. We're gonna probably make it as long as the length of the auger. We're gonna weld it at the top and at the bottom. We'll probably have it come up somewhere close up here. I'm not totally sure yet how we're gonna get it all done, but that way we'll have another piece of metal inside. It might help with making the corn flow through the auger, even though compared to the other one, this one doesn't really have a big of an issue there. But over time what happens is, I mean, these augers at one time weren't built the heaviest, so what happens over time is that there's a lot of pressure right in here. And the flighting on the upper side of the auger doesn't come all the way down and meet the flighting on the bottom auger. So what happens is over time it tends to put a lot of pressure on the tubing, and just so happens that you can see the little bit of a hole there. So doesn't look that big from this side, but it's pushing out pretty good over here, and it was just growing and growing until we stopped harvesting. So we gotta fix it this year, otherwise it's going to develop into a major issue. But that's kind of the rolling game plan that we have for this thing. I'm trying to think of what else we got to work on around here. The corn planter, Andrew just brought back the meters, which he said were pretty shot. We have the precision meters on the planter, which the planter's back in that corner. But Andrew took them out and he just kind of went over them to check them. If you looked at some of the drone shots from last year, the corn was kind of spotty, especially considering what it looked like compared to the neighbors. And we're hoping that now that Andrew went through and kind of replaced any of the wore parts, he said that a couple of the belts inside, as he went to take them off, he just kind of pulled it on them and they broke. So he said that he replaced those, and it should help with some of the spottiness that we had in the corn. But I think that's just about everything that I have to say right now. Just kind of still waiting around for the weather to get better. I'm actually kind of surprised I was able to take my coat off. Today's been a bit warmer than previous days, but it is still pretty muddy. And now that it's March, things are going to start picking up pretty darn quick. But I don't know. I just thought I'd update you guys on what's all going on around here. A few things that were changing. That's what I was forgetting. If you look over here, you'll see this tank. So we are going to be putting down pop-up with the planter this year. This tank we are going to be mounting on the tongue of the planter. And what we're going to do is we're going to put pop-up in it. And pop-up is essentially just a fertilizer that one of the seed trimmers is over there too. So that's the tank. What pop-up does is essentially provides the nutrients that the plant needs early in its stages of life to have healthy growth. So over here we have a seed firmer, and this one is unopened. I won't open it just because I don't want to lose any of the parts in there. But we got these from Sloan Express. Sloan Express is basically, it's a kind of like a subsidiary of Sloan's, and they have a bunch of different tractor parts for all different kinds of equipment. So I got these seed firmers, 12 of them. I think they're about $30 a piece. And what they actually do is they have the tubes here that come from the tank. We have to kind of retrofit the planter. And the seed firmers actually have little tubes that are in the back of them. So what each of these tubes does is one, I think, applies the fertilizer right over the seed, and then the other one sprays it off on the sidewalls. And that way, I mean, we can set it up however we want. We don't have to use both of them if we don't, but it's just kind of the two options that we have to put down fertilizer. And yeah, I think it should help with some of the problems that we've been having with certain spots in the corn. Some fields we have some issues where it doesn't really seem like the fertilizer is really taking hold. And I think that the pop-up will really help, especially with the spottiness that we've been seeing over the years since we got this planter. So with that, I think that pretty well covers everything I wanted to discuss. My camera's about to die, so I can't really keep talking. But on Sunday, I am testing out my new Tingley bibs and jackets that I got. And don't forget that on Tuesday of next week is Ag Day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 20th is Tuesday. But be sure to celebrate it. I'm not totally sure if I'm doing a video for it yet or not. I guess we'll just kind of see. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, just that I'm working on for the summer. I guess we'll see if I make videos off of it when the time comes, but I can't really discuss into it too much more, but we'll see. So with that, be sure to check back on Sunday for the video where I test these suckers out and try to get wet. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys.